What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We out here with some more Suicide Boys. This time we're checking out Resistance is Useless. Let's go ahead, shut up, and turn it up. Okay, so just based off that, right, these 24 seconds, right, resistance is useless, right? So, pretty much leading into, what would lead up to, like it's almost kind of like the after effects of things that happen after, as he was stating here, drug dependence. It's interesting. He says $1 million drug dependence, because we all know the type of money, right, that drugs can bring in, and I ain't talking about just the illegal kind too as well, but they're very good at narration, right? It's not necessarily kind of storytelling, but just in a sense of just laying it all out there bare. You know what I mean? They're wordsmiths almost in a way.
Pimpin' like I'm skinny when I'm riding through the city. Fuck them undercovers, all them feds got is a theory. Not what touch your tilly, I'm the junkie of the century. Chippin' like they be sick of the scarecrow that they flippin' on that north side. Tied with the fire, nah. Fuck it, just kill them all, they gon' blame Sam Hyde.
Okay, so I'm not really sure who Sam Hyde is, so you guys go ahead and let me know. But that pocket that he found, I love it when they find that, man, especially when they start riding it. Okay.
The covers on them fence got is a theory. Not what touch your tilly, I'm the junkie of the century. Chippin' like they be sick of the scarecrow that they flippin'.
So we starting to see these I said, oh, I just now made that connection. They're obviously making they're doing a whole lot of like, Chucky, Scarecrow, like Lake Erie, which I think is from where Jason is coming from. And then I started thinking about the title Resistance is Useless. Generally, especially with Mike Myers, it'd be interesting if they kind of give us Mike Myers and Freddy references in here. But when you think about those those horror characters, generally resistance is futile against them because they go get you any other way. But him comparing it to either their statue, not a statue, but the kind of like the way that they carry themselves and their actions. That's an interesting reference.
I'm the junkie of the century. Chippin' like they be sick of the scarecrow that they flippin' on that north side. Tied with the fire, nah. Fuck it, just kill them all, they gon' blame Sam Hyde. Always taper on, what the fuck is taper off? You see this tattoo on my head, the fuck you resuscitate me for?
Taper on, taper off. Obviously, when you at the taper. Okay. I like that. When you getting a haircut, sometimes you say, especially when it's a fade, they ask you if you want to taper at the back, which basically means, leave some skin. But he said, what is a taper off? Always taper on.
Fuck it, just kill them all.
I like that.
Blame Sam Hyde. Always taper on. What the fuck is taper off? You see this tattoo on my head, the fuck you
tattoo on my head, what you resuscitated me for. I'm not really sure how to kind of do that, right? Some people get tattoos on their heads because they're like, they're in love with it. But the way that he's kind of pursuing it is that, if he's got a tattoo on his head, then I guess he's almost kind of insinuating that those who get tattoos on their head have less value on their life, or either that, or they just participate in things to where they're ready to die at any moment. That's interesting. That's some thought, because they literally could go both ways.
Just to take me far. Scoping out with that beam, touch your head like I'm a prophet. Slightly nodding off that fit, but rub me wrong, I get it poppin'.
Slightly nodding off the fiend, but rub me wrong, I'll get it popping. Slightly nodding off, rubbing him wrong. I'm thinking of rubbing wrong, like the lack of it. Right, as far as his rubbing him wrong, obviously getting on his nerves and everything, but he's also stating that even though, like, isn't that a pretty strong drug? He said fentanyl. Fentanyl. Yeah, fentanyl. The only reason why I know about that drug is because of the TV show Euphoria. I learned a lot in that TV show. God, that whole entire TV show is benoodles. But rub me wrong, get it popping. I'm thinking the Fent is just that strong that it's funny because he's able to just kind of come out of it no matter like I imagine it's what is it? Kind of like a what do you call, like a nullifier? I don't know what exactly it does to your senses, but the fact that he says, "But rub him wrong, he'll get it popping," meaning that he could just come out of it. That's kind of that's chaotic right there, right? To be able to just kind of shrug off something that's as powerful as faint.
Hoes they love young widows scream if I let me go in the vibe. Let me tone it down before the ice caps melt. Grab the devil by the horn so that I might catch hell. White velvet on my
Okay. Let me tone it down before the ice caps on froze, right? So I think he's trying to say that he's wanting to maintain, right? If we're talking, drugs, maintain a high, and I say imagine because I've never done drugs or anything, so most of it's just going to be like a whole lot of speculation. But let me tone it down before the ice caps melt. Ice caps frozen, right? So you trying to maintain a certain state, not trying to get yourself worked up or overexhausted, make you lose your high. Grab the devil by the horns for that. So this right here, grab the devil by the horns for that. I might catch hell. Grabbing the devil by the horns, I feel like it's another way of saying trying to take your life into control, take your life in control. But sometimes when you try to do that, you got to wrestle with all of those wants, right? And start trying to focus on what you need. And if you ain't too careful governing those wants, you might find yourself in a worse position, right, than you was before. So grab him by the horns, grabbing life by the horns for that, he might catch hell. Might catch hell. Why you velvet on my bitch look like Marie Antoinette? Every time she give me head, it's like my dick was a threat. Train me with the shotgun, I ain't name that shit. Fuck your Spotify playlist, TikTok trends, y'all lame ass shit. Ooh, that's a diss right there. Hey, why you feel the need to make that diss, right? Who out here, is somebody complaining to them or something like that? I feel like Spotify plays is a good thing, right? The TikTok stuff, somewhat agree with, you know what I mean? I have a TikTok. It's just what it is, you know what I mean? But okay, I guess I'm a lame dude. I ain't name that shit. Fuck your Spotify playlist, TikTok trends, y'all lame ass shit. You gon' catch these fucking hands like a baseball man. Okay. You got any last words? I bet they taste like clit. Captain of the gray, I'm going down with the shit. Down with the shit. I split just about everything was hit. Like that captain of a gray, I'm going down with the stuff. You know how sometimes artists and everything, they kind of will have like regrets or something like that for something that they had said before, or maybe they don't feel the same way about music that they've released in the past. You know what I mean? I feel like with that lyric that he just said, he's saying he's standing on everything that he says. The ship is this fan base and everything, right? This platform that he's built, and he's going down with it. I mean, he ain't never gonna let it go. I'm going down with the shit, down with the shit. I split just about everything was slick. Still in a 7, ain't nothing has changed. Still wearing up to deep fish at that grade. Still off the face, but the pressure and pain. All of them changes I cut off my main. Only thing is I cut off my main. What? Okay. So think about a mane, right? I think about a lion. Lions also kind of have that symbol of courage. So he cut off his mane. You kind of think about like kind of cutting off the nobility or cutting off the courage, the thing that gives your whole entire life or your whole entire bodily image shape, right? That distinguishable shape. Like, and I think the mane that a lion has, that's how you could tell what's a lion, what's not. It's specifically by the mane that they have. So when you cut it off, what is it, right? You got to sit there and really think about it. You a different person, right? And it may not be, right? I mean, you can grow it back, but that's a distinguished part of you. I think that's what he mean by that when he cut off his mane. Also, this whole entire thing right here is still wearing FTP, fist to the grave. I think that's F the police. Is that what FTP means? I'm thinking about that 2015. What did he say? Nothing's changed since 2015. I forgot the name of the song. That's almost kind of like fitting within that narrative, not narrative, but that topic that he was rapping about.
off the face of the pressure and pain. Only thing changes I cut up my mind.
Hey, Audie, this is I got the text message this morning at 8. We're trying to get you in on the Zoom meeting with Scott. Was able to manipulate her schedule and have that 9 o'clock open. I only gave you guys an hour notice, but we tried to make it work and make her magic. So if you want to jump on this, I just send it to you. Okay? Take a look at the Zoom room, and if you don't seem to have it, just text your cousin. He can send it to you. Thank you.
A Zoom call that it was trying to force, right? The lengths that this person seemed to have gone through to get that Zoom call. Not really sure what that means in context of this song, outside of always feeling like you're constantly doing something, right? Because if they had to go through the lengths to force that Zoom call and have it so urgent, then it must be super important. But anyways, another banger from suicideboyz. Of course, you know, the AMV, I feel like in this case, it's pretty straightforward. You know, resistance is useless. I can kind of look at this AMV both ways. I can kind of look at it as the resistance being destroyed, like a revolution or something like that, or the other way around. Revolution is trying to take over, right? Resistance is useless can kind of go both ways. I'm going to revolt against you. It doesn't matter. I got the power of the people, so we gonna get over you regardless. And also government taking over the resistance. Like, you know, we the power out here. You can't necessarily destroy us, you know. And then in terms of what suicideboyz is pretty much talking about is, you know, it's almost like this is a reason why it's useless, right? And as far as like the concept goes for the lyrics, but I don't know. I don't know, man. That's just the thing about suicideboyz. I feel like everybody who listens to this gets a different thing. So that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.